Good afternoon. Just making sure I am set up on my end. Today, a better way, live. Haven't figured out yet how I'm gonna edit my videos or uh, things like that. When I figure that out, I might move these over to just recording them. But these Today, a better way, Families Anonymous readings, and then sharing with you where I'm at and how I'm working my program. Um, I think they're better like this live, but I don't know. I'm not open or I'm not opposed to recording them and putting cool graphics on there. But I got to figure out what I'm going to use. So could put everything over on my Mac, I suppose. But then I lose. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna turn my camera on here. Again, welcome. Today, a better way, live. I'm going to be reading the August 24th submission. It's labeled, or the title is Giving Credit. So, for those of you that maybe watch this at a later time, um, basically, it's a Families Anonymous publication, and I always want to give them props for their content because I'm sure it took a lot of work putting this together, but it's a reading out of the Daily Reader. So, like I said, it's Families Anonymous publication. So I read it and I talk about how I'm working it in my life or share any thoughts. But the following comment is one that I have borrowed from the Recovery Show. All the folks over there, Spencer leading that work. Um, Take what you leave, or take what you like and leave the rest. Take what you leave. Take what you like and leave the rest. Or as Tony Horton, P90X says, do your best and forget the rest. Um, I'm going to share with you my experience, and if it's applicable, cool. If not, hopefully it serves as a way to jar, I don't know, learning for you. So each one of us needs to continue to work our own programs, especially as family members who have loved ones that are caught up in the chains of addiction and are caught up in addiction. And look, man, if trying to manage their life worked, we would have saw results by now. But it really doesn't. It doesn't. There's a reason why AA is there. There's a reason why NA is there. Al-Anon, because it just doesn't. It just doesn't work. So we got to take care of ourselves. We got to worry about us. We got enough work there for us. So again, August 24th, Today a Better Way. Today's reading is titled Giving Credit. So I'm going to go ahead and read it. So a recent addition to popular vocabulary has been Let me do that again. I get ahead of myself. A recent addition to popular vocabulary has been the term dysfunctional family. Numerous treatment professionals use it, as do many of us in the 12-step programs. I often refer to my family as dysfunctional. Until my 3 adult children came home one Thanksgiving. As I was expressing gratitude for the recovery of our dysfunctional family, my oldest stopped me. Wait a minute, he said. I think we've called ourselves dysfunctional long enough. Look at all the things we've done. We're doing well. I think we're pretty darn functional these days. My daughter chimed in. I agree. I'm tired of being labeled dysfunctional. We all try consistently to improve communication, get along better, and be healthier and more whole. All of that seems extremely functional to me. How many other families put out this much effort in the interest of creating a better life? They were right. It was time to stop labeling ourselves and to give credit for the things we do well. Old labels were standing in the way of our recovery. Today I will give credit where credit is due, to my family and to others and to myself. Oh man. Every time, man. It's crazy. When I do these, they're very timely to where I'm at in my life. And I don't do this well in my own this as followers of Jesus would call it, this clay jar that is my body. Um, I don't do this well. In my mind, I don't do this well. I don't give credit where credit is due. Um, I tend to do what this lady is doing, um, or this individual is doing, uh, and saying, expressing gratitude for the recovery of our dysfunctional family. That's kind of where I'm at. I'll be like, we got issues. All families are messed up, and um, but I don't give credit to myself for the work that I've put in these past for my own recovery. I think that this November 29th will be 21 years of sobriety. And I find myself, and it's by God's grace, but even that right now comes to mind. You know, I'm hesitant to give credit to myself because I know what would happen if I was left to myself to manage. I just, yeah. So feel the hesitancy. That's what I'm struggling with, and that just has to do with my sobriety, working my program when it comes to drinking and drugging. And for me, it was alcohol, and people are like, you don't know addiction. Look, man, addiction is addiction. People we sit there and have this grandiose kind of competition, right? I was in it bad. I was in it worse than you. You know what? For each one of us, it's the I don't know, the lengths are going to be bad and all of that. And so for me, I was addicted to drugs and alcohol, but alcohol was the big one. I kept on going back. And I've done a lot of hard work since then. So when I think about, and I'm using this as a springboard. When I think about where I'm at now, I still struggle with giving myself like props about the work I've done, if that makes sense. And because of that, because I struggle with giving the props to myself and to giving credit to myself for the work that I've put in, um, it's got to be showing up somewhere else, and I know it's showing up somewhere else. I don't give our family kudos or credit. I don't give credit. And maybe this is the thing that I need to get better at. On this date of August 24th of 2021, maybe I need to really work this again. And so when I think about this individual and their submission about it's time to stop labeling ourselves and to give credit for the many things we do well. So how would I do that? I think if I were to just say, where can I find that I'm doing this now? Because it's hard for me to do this very thing right now. I would say I'm taking care of myself better, and because I'm doing that, it's gonna transfer to how I do this with my family too. So when it comes to how we move forward in this, because I can only worry about me, I need to continue to take care of myself. I've started working out again, COVID-19, and a pretty stressful season that I was going through for several years. Some family stuff, some health stuff, some spiritual stuff, just a lot going on. And then COVID hit, and I put on a lot of weight. wasn't taking care of myself. I was eating like, and then I was wondering why I felt so bad recently. I was like, oh man, I crash about 2 o'clock and harder than hard. I mean, like hard, crash hard. And I would need these 20-minute naps, So when I think to myself, I've been taking care of myself. I got back up when I got back up on the horse. I am doing my best to eat right, doing my best to get the sleep that I need, and then putting good stuff in, whether it's podcasts or audiobooks or books, period. I got books that I still need to tackle. Being around positive people. Those are things that I'm doing really well. And I feel like, now how can I apply that? Where am I at when it comes to my family? Where can I give credit where credit is due and the kudos? I think my wife and I are doing a really good job when it comes to working our own, like she's got to work out her own things, and I got to work out my own things. And I think we do that well. I can't force her and she can't force me to do to do something, can't control another human. We have enough on our plate. This Hebrew teacher 2,000 years ago said, you see the speck of dust in your brother's eye, and don't see the log coming out of yours. First take the the log out of your own eye, then you'll see clearly. I think of that is a continual removing that happens every day. So I take care of myself, and I was on TikTok. The volunteer work that I do, I got to be plugged into some of these social platforms, and some people are like, "Dude, you're old, man. Why are you why are you on TikTok?" Well, I'm on Snapchat too. That's my volunteer work. I work with young people, middle school, high school, college age, and young adults. That's where it seems that Creator has me. So I try to serve in those places, and TikTok is one of those places where I'm like, okay, people dance in front of this camera. But it's been getting funny lately because people were bored over COVID, so they probably saw an influx of people go there. And I heard Will Smith. It showed up on my For You page, and I heard Will Smith talking. Somebody shared it, and he said that one of the most powerful moments for him was when he just focused on himself. He said, his wife, him and Jada, he's like, he had to focus 100% on himself. She had to focus 100% on herself. And over the course of time, they get better as a couple, and she can't find her meaning in him, and he can't find her meaning in her. They need to work these things out. And I think that that's what my wife and I are doing. We're getting better at, I don't know, taking care of ourselves, and we're getting better at, like today, she made me breakfast, and I told her, and that reminds me, I got some leftovers in the fridge that I need to eat. But she made me breakfast, and so she's doing these things that really, I remember they're the things that attracted me to her. I was attracted to her because of really her heart. I mean, that's love. She's got some really nice, like, green eyes. It's like recently they're like, I don't know, to me they seem like they're getting greener. But I remember just kind of looking at the food and then the note she left, and so she's doing her work. So good on us, working on ourselves, and then this is all kind of like, it's working on us as a couple, and then our family. I think we're getting better at communication, and all of us are having to do this, and it's been hard work. I've had to listen more and quit trying to mansplain things. I've had to offer recommendations, offer things or I only do it when I'm asked. And when I do, just kind of do it unsolicited, I have to like drag myself over there and just kind of like, I wasn't listening to you. I didn't just hear your frustration. I tried to solve your issue. And the reason why I say that is because I have 2 adult sons. I have 4 grandchildren. And I shouldn't be inserting myself into their life. I should just wait. And then I did enough of that. with my oldest son, I drove him away with rules. And if he were in the room, he'd probably be nodding his head. I drove him away with tons of rules, so many rules that I couldn't keep up with him. And with my youngest, I drove him away with no rules, no relationship. And the one thing that was consistent, there was no relationship on both sides. So I drove one of my sons away from relationship with me, relationship with Creator, which is huge among Dakota people. You'd probably know Dakota people as a part of the Great Sioux Nation. Three major bands: Dakota, Lakota, and the Nakota people. They're called the Seven Council Fires. I'm a part of the Dakota people, but it's a pillar, if you will. It's very important that one's connection to Creator, and so with no relationship for both of them, I drove them away in unique ways. Like I said, with my oldest, I drove him away with rules without relationship, and then the youngest I drove away, and this is crazy. You're getting an aha moment right on here. Live, you're getting this. I drove the younger one away with no rules and no relationship, or without relationship. Both places there was no relationship. I'm trying to work on that. I am, and I'm doing my best. It's not that I'm not, it's just hard. It's hard being a dad, and then having to change when they become adults, and like when you hear them disciplining the children, and then I see flashes of me, I'm like, bite your tongue. But here's what's cool about it is that my oldest is a great dad. He is a great dad. He's a communicator, and he put that work in. He did that himself, and any props or kudos is all on him. But he's a great dad. He gets down to my grandchildren's level, and he talks to them. I mean, like, he's bigger than them, and they're having a bad day, and he'll just like get down to their level and talk to them. My youngest does that too with his child. Just communicates with her. I mean, there are times when I look out and I see them on the deck, or I see them sitting on lawn or on backyard like summer furniture, and they're talking. She's just soaking him in. So I'm proud of how far they've come. I am proud of our family. So I'm glad that you got to see this. So I will give credit today. That's where I'm at. We are doing all right. We're not, we have issues just like every family in human history has and had and will have. But I can't change those things. I can send a wave through the system by being the best husband, by being the best person that Creator has made me to be. Make sure that this relationship is right, and then make sure my relationship with my wife and my sons is right. So yeah, I'll definitely today I'll give credit where credit is due. We have come a long way, and I'm glad this one came up because it almost has a feeling of gratitude in it. Like, now I can feel really good, finish this afternoon right and go into the evening feeling good. So, but yeah, today I will give credit where credit is due. Maybe there are going to be some opportunities for me to give credit where credit is due as I finish the day out too. So, but yeah, I'm glad that I jumped on here. I was just kind of like, what should I do? Should I go live? And it came to me. I was like, you know what? You haven't done a Today a Better Way live for a bit. You should get started. So, thanks for popping in here. If at any time in the future you're on when I am on live, maybe you're watching this at a time where I don't know, you're watching it at a later time. I need to get better looking at my analytics. I don't look at my analytics, and I don't know when people are watching these. So, and if they're watching them, I'm just putting out the medicine that I feel like I'm supposed to. This was an idea that came to me by Creator. Um, Read these and then share where I'm at. So I read this book, and then there's another one, Courage to Change, an Al-Anon publication. I read that. Some days I'll just I don't know. It'd be cool to have to do a reading and then maybe have maybe another person in the room. Hey, why don't you come over to my home office? My wife works in her home office downstairs, but I have a deck here. Can move a camera out there, whatever, and have a discussion. And hopefully, this Delta variant, just labeled this. I think I put the dates on these. I don't know if I put the years on them, but I definitely labeled time frame. So with the increase of the Delta variant, but hopefully it doesn't get as bad as the media is saying. My goodness, I can only handle enough of that, and I get it right away in the morning. I read it, might hear it on the radio, and then I'm done. And that is a part of me taking care of myself. I can't listen to that stuff anymore. Part of me taking 100% responsibility for my life, where I'm at right now, is I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on Twitter. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on LinkedIn. I can't remember what the other platform is, but those are the ones that were the main triggers for stress. Each one of those places, I felt like I had to, I don't know, people would send me stupid and weird stuff, and then I felt like it was just they were both causing me stress. And you'd see what people would post, and you was just like, oh my goodness. And then I got to a point where I was like, you got to do something about this. How can you tell young people that they need to take 100% responsibility when you won't? So I was like, all right, there'll be some pain, and here's the pain. So I also serve as a chaplain for United Chapel on the campus of United Tribes Technical College. And we were using Facebook Live, and now we're having to use YouTube Live. This coming Sunday, we'll be going back to in-person chapel services, which is heavy on native flavor, not so much what your ordinary chapel service or church service would look like. But I lost a lot of my network when I left those places. That was the rub. This previous season that I came out of, I taking care of myself cost a lot. But there were people that I just knew of, and they knew of me. It might seem they're just, to each other, we were just numbers. There really wasn't any depth there. And so, but yeah, it's been tough, and but I've been growing this whole time. So whenever you're watching these, just know that it would be cool to engage in the live chat too, and ask questions. So if you're ever on, hopefully I can get this on a consistent schedule. I'm trying to do that. It's tough because the school year is starting up. So maybe as it starts up and I see where things are falling, I'll get it on a schedule. And yeah, maybe that's for the best. But that's what I have for today. Thanks for stopping in, whoever you are.